Hi everyone, I hope you're good. Just read an email before from the Daily Telegraph. I'm still subscribed to a few of these publications and newspapers and things like that. Kind of a hangover back from the times when I thought that maybe some journalists in the mainstream media did have something to say and did tell the truth. So I need to unsubscribe from a few of them. But it just makes me laugh. Last week it was what quasi-quartems, I hope I'm saying that right, budget means for your money. This week, or today, it's what Jeremy Hunt's Chancellor means for your money. You know, a few weeks before that, it was what does Nadhim Zahawi's budget mean for your money? You know, before that, what does Rishi Sunak as Chancellor mean for your money? It's like, I tell you what it means for my money. Absolutely nothing. Because I'm not letting you influence my money. I'm not letting you infantile, pathetic, spoiled, immature, spiteful politicians, often psychopathic politicians, have that level of influence on my life. And I believe this is the attitude that we need to take. I did a video the other day about how we really do need to try to extricate ourselves from all things politics. I would never argue that there isn't a place in any society for politics. You know, politicians at the end of the day, they were there to write policy. And that policy should be written after extensive engagement with stakeholders, and the stakeholders should be the citizens, and the citizens should exercise that right via properly democratic events such as elections. So I would never argue that, but what I do firmly believe in, primarily really because of the journey I've been on myself, is that we have this attachment, this need, this almost addiction to politics, and it's just fed to us constantly by the media. Now, what's happening in the UK at the moment is, there's a lot of political instability. There has been for a number of years now, and again, what I think they're trying to do. Well, first of all, it's very, very clear. I class myself as an outsider now who pays virtually no attention to politics at all. But it's very, very clear, first of all, with how Boris Johnson was ousted, and how the new government is crumbling, and there's a new chancellor already, that there is deep state interference in that. It's quite clear. And Jeremy Hunt is the new chancellor. And, anyone who knows about him will know about him. A truly evil man. It's happened in the last year in 4 countries: France, Italy, Sweden, and Germany. So this real febrile political atmosphere that they're trying to cultivate in the UK, it's not unique to us. It's going on in many other countries. America as well, of course. Going on in many, many other countries. There's been some recent elections in those European countries I mentioned before. In some countries, you had it's all a veneer, isn't it? It's all an illusion. You've had what we're told is right-wing influencers taking over government in other countries, such as the UK. We're about to have a general election, which Labour clearly are going to win. So that's happening in the UK. But at the end of the day, whether a society is allegedly, through its political voting, is tending to the left or tending to the right, it really doesn't matter. It's just an illusion, a spell to cast on the citizens that there is a new, there's a new brand of politics in town, and things are going to be better. But they are all singing from the same hymn sheet. And my only suggestion would be to ignore all that, to realise that this is just the latest wave of propaganda, and how propaganda works is by doublethink, by contradictory, confusing messages, by repetition. But it also comes in waves as well, and it'll be very much in the ascendancy for a long time, and then the citizens will be given a break, and then it'll be replaced by something else, and then there'll be another break, and then bang, something else again. And with each wave of propaganda, you know, the intention is to further cause confusion, is to further instill fear, and obviously if you've got a confused and fearful population, then they're easier to control. So I'm doing this video again because I think it's really, really important just at the moment, just to go, do you know what? This is just, you can either see it as something that is something that is going to control your life. I'm not going to use the word impact because I'm not going to say that these political psychopaths, sycophants, infantile, spoiled children, I'm not going to be naive enough to say that they've not had any influence at all over my life, but they don't control me at all. They're trying to control all of us. We can either look at them and go, oh no, there's nothing we can do. These psychopaths are completely all powerful. Or we can look at them and make fun of them and laugh at them and realise that what we're seeing there is the ultimate in theatre and pantomime. Some of them know that the players, you know, in that grand play of evil. And many of them are too ignorant, stupid and shallow to realise it. And so many of them don't, but it doesn't matter. Politics right now should be the last thing that people are using their energy on. I would recommend just stay aware of what's going on, the grand the overarching Great Reset and the aims of that, and then just see anything that's going on in the political world as just simply playing into that. I think as well, in the next couple of years, it's all about adopting kind of like a defensive approach to life. And that, I don't mean that in a negative way. Just conserving and preserving what you've got, but continue to be resourceful, continue to be resilient, continue to find the humour in, particularly in our politicians and obviously other, you know, heads of non-governmental organisations that are pulling strings, things like that. And save the energy to protect what you've got, you know, to defend what you've got, rather than giving your energy away and being scared about what might get taken away by these politicians. We know what they're trying to do. It's clear. You know, eliminate cash, biosurveillance, mass censorship, ultimate control. We know that. We know that, but we stop it by, first of all, stemming the tide, like the tide eventually was stemmed on the jabs, and how we woke people up. And the other thing to remember about this is, because there is so much, we are at the point now where the emperor's got no clothes. I'm going to do another video soon about the revelations this week about the jab. The emperor has now got no clothes and is running away, you know, and that is manifesting in the shape of, you know, the establishment, the deep state, whatever, the Great Reset being so overt, so obvious and so in your face. Now, I mean, it surprised even me, actually, that I struggle how it can be denied anymore, that there's outside external interference in all countries' political and economic matters, and health matters, of course. So, which isn't me saying, obviously, I won't listen to anyone who believes it's simply, you know, for example, the Conservative Party tearing themselves apart. I'm sure there's an element of that. And of course I'll listen. I just think that's a rather naive view now, based on, you know, the last couple of years and everything a lot of us have learned. So, but the good thing about, as I say, about them outing themselves, about them being so overtly obvious, it just wakes up more people. More people can see. And if we can get more and more people to connect these dots and to realise that, you know, our country's affairs are being manipulated and managed and controlled by external forces, you know, World Economic Forum springs to mind, then that's part of our eventual, you know, path to winning. And winning means turning back the tide of tyranny, properly re-establishing all of our basic human rights, the right of the individual, and you know, that power to be devolved back to citizens, you know, via local assemblies, things like that, which is hopefully a place that we can eventually end up in. So I would say, We can either choose to be scared and anxious, tickling my throat there, or we can make fun and laugh at them. So there's the two options. We all need some humour in our lives at the moment. No better targets for the humour, as they always should be. Whether times are good or times are bad, politicians should always be targets for jokes, for humour. They should always be made fun of. Always. Keeps them on their toes. It shows them that we're not scared of them, that they can't control us. And I'll tell you one thing, till the day I die, nobody, I don't care who they are, will ever tell me what to do. I hate telling people what to do. I should do another video on this. And I also detest being told what to do. No one will ever have control over me. I don't care who they are. So let's just remember these basic, at times like this, when a lot of people are like, oh God, what's going to happen next? And there's all the Ukraine-Russia bullshit, the COVID stuff still hanging around, the climate change, the economy. Just remember these things that I've said. Okay, if you like my video, if you like what I do, please do subscribe. Leave a comment, let me know what you think in the comment section. The book's out. I'd love it if you bought a copy, The Imperfect Individual, only because I think I've got something important to say in that book. And I have spelled out a path forward as well for a world in turmoil and mapped out how you can save it. If you want to buy a copy, links in the description. And I'll speak to you all soon. Have a great weekend. Okay, bye-bye.